What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and that's right. It's happening. Twitter is absolutely melting down right now after the latest report that Elon Musk will, in fact, unban the Don, the Donald Trump, calling the decision to ban him in the first place morally incorrect. Those are some strong words. Now, of course, the media is absolutely melting down. Twitter is talking about, oh, I'm going to quit. I'm going to leave Twitter if Don comes back. No, you're not. We know you're not. Because we know the right didn't leave. All the people on the right that has spent all this time propping up alt tech, they never left Twitter. They just use both now. You're not leaving Twitter. Where are you going to go? You shut down all the alternatives. Are you going to go on Mastodon? Have you actually tried using that? It's the opposite of user-friendly. That's the one left-wing app that's out there. Maybe if you didn't spend the last 7 years actively working against alternatives, there might be apolitical alternatives for you. But no, you're not going to leave Twitter. You're just not. It's not happening. Elon Musk quote, I guess I would reverse Donald Trump's Twitter ban. One of the questions about Elon's pending purchase of Twitter is what will happen to the Don. The former president's account was banned on January 8th, 2021, due to the risk of him inciting bad behavior, while Jack Dorsey was still the company's CEO. During an interview conducted remotely during the Financial Times, the Future of the Car conference was live streamed on YouTube. The current Tesla and SpaceX CEO responded to a direct question about the ban and what will happen when he owns Twitter. Like, by the way, like, how could you possibly, could you think of a better way to admit that this man still lives rent-free in your head? Like, seriously. Like, unlimited rent-free. Like, the man is not paying you rent. You know how often I think about other presidents that I view as bad? Like George Bush Jr.? Right now is the first time I've thought about him since, 16 years ago. Do I think about Obama? Let me just amend that and say, how often do I think about past presidents in a non-trivia related way? Almost never. But there's millions of people that whip themselves up into a fury, convincing themselves that he was the devil incarnate, that think about him every day, that see him in everything. When they get their coffee in the morning, they worry that the foam on top kind of looks like his hair. Every time they see an overweight man golfing, they think about Trump. A comb over, they think about Trump. A typo, they think about Trump. They have not moved on. And by the way, let me be very, very clear. This will be a massive boon to Twitter usership. And also, let me be secondarily very, very clear. I know Trump said he's not going to come back. Baloney. Baloney. Of course he'll come back. First of all, it would be absolutely idiotic to not come back because he had 80 plus million followers. If he did nothing but like just exist on the platform and shill for Truth Social, it would be worth it for him. If all he did was dunk on Twitter and promote Truth Social, he would, I'm telling you, he will bring 10 million people over like that. If he uses it. If he's active. If he starts tweeting or truthing some controversial stuff. He has to use it. Otherwise, the base will get bored waiting for him. With the caveat that, quote, I don't own Twitter yet, so it's not like a thing that will definitely happen, Musk said. I guess the answer is that I will reverse the permaban, citing a shared opinion with his text messaging buddy, Jack Dorsey, that permabans should not exist except for bots and spam. He also went on to explain further that his opinion is that the ban was a mistake, as it alienated a large part of the country and did not result in Donald Trump not having a voice. As he put it, it's frankly worse for Trump to move to his own app, Truth Social, Musk closed in response, by pointing that, at least so far, Trump claims that he will only use his own app and won't come back to, quote, boring Twitter. Make absolutely no mistake, he will be on Twitter immediately when he's unbanned. Like I said, it would be a horrible financial decision if he just didn't use it. If all he did was promote it to, promote Truth Social on it, 80 million people, he could bring 10, 15 million of them over. Look at the replies. If he does, I predict there'll be a mass exodus of people leaving Twitter. The site usage time will suffer, resulting in dramatic drop in profitability, stock value. It could be a financial disaster for Trump. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong. Site usage will skyrocket. People will spend all day and all night obsessing about what Trump is tweeting. You see Bradley Laberman writing, don't worry, they'll be replaced by people who are unshadow banned. I mean, it's like trigger CBS in 3, 2, 1. Seems like he wants Twitter's value to crash like his cars. The entire market is down right now, so this will make or break Twitter's. Are we surprised? It was probably his plan all along. I mean, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he unban him? 80 million followers? CNN, obviously. Look at the replies on the CNN post. The platform should be open to anyone that hasn't broken the law using it. I agree. No, it's a private platform. They can allow whatever they want. Should Elon get sued? Why? If I owned a Tesla, I'd sell it. I know I'll never buy one. Ooh, name with a bunch of numbers after it. You got him. And by the way, I'm sure that Elon will. So like all the people out there right now who have banned accounts should see this as Elon saying that you'll get your account back. Sargon of Akkad, for one, Nero. I would assume this means everybody who's been banned on the platform will be able to get their everybody's going to get unbanned. That's what it looks like. It's going to be like a wild, wild time to be on Twitter again. Like you're going to have everybody, all these provocateurs that were banned, they'll all come flooding back, and Twitter might actually get fun again. Boycott Teslas. Oh, please. Yesterday, chocolate milk. Today, Trump. Tomorrow, anyone's guess. I mean, all these people, he called for an insurrection. What is Lori Lightfoot doing right now? Right now on Twitter. His company, his rules. I love it. It's just everybody's throwing. Hey, look, if you don't want to see what Donald Trump posts on Twitter, you could block him. I don't think that they will. I don't think that they can. The Washington Post, they're screeching about this. Trump's going to issue a facsimile about this too. Always cracks me up when people post like from the official desk of Donald Trump, and it's like a fax. Dude is coming back to Twitter. There's no possible way that he could ignore it. And on top of that, there's no way he should ignore it. If he values Truth Social's future and he really wants to compete with Twitter, he has to use Twitter. He has to. He has to whip everybody up and then post a link to download Truth Social. That's what his number one job should be. And renaming Truth Social to Trumpet. I mean, that's what he should be doing. And the meltdown on Twitter is like apocalyptic. I'm sure that like CNN's gonna just. I mean, the thing is that the CNN is gonna say that it's like literally the worst thing that's ever happened, but secretly they're like, yes, because that's all they have. All they have is like running scare tactic stories about Donald Trump. They still talk about him incessantly, like non-stop. They talk about him. Just think of what they're going to be able to do when he's active on Twitter. Now, he hasn't been active on Truth. I bought a whole iDevice just so I could make sure I get my name handled over there because it's not on Android yet. But he's barely truthing over there. So who knows how, like, you know, who knows how much he'll even use Twitter at this point. But what I can say is I'm 100% here for it. I'm here for the meltdown. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.